Good morning, I'm Abheudaya, Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Government neglects constitutional provision by not following the principle of inclusivity while recently appointing ambassadors to 21 countries. Central Investigation Bureau Chief Shyamlal Gyawali under the probe radar, alleged of working under political influence during RSP Chair Rabi Lamichhane's term as the Home Minister. The United Nations Security Council holds an emergency meeting following Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh's assassination, step up diplomatic efforts to avert a wider Middle East conflict. And China climbed to the top of the Paris Olympics medal tally, bagging 9 gold medals. Host France in the second spot, Japan dropped down to the third position. The government has neglected constitutional provision by not following the principle of inclusivity while appointing ambassadors to 21 countries. When the government announced of the appointment of ambassadors to 21 countries, it did not pay attention to the constitutional provision. According to Article 282 of the Constitution of Nepal, the President may, on the basis of the principle of inclusion, appoint Nepalese ambassadors and special emissaries for any specific purposes. However, the list of recommendation of the ambassadors does not include individuals from the Dalit, Madheshi, Tharu, Muslim, among other communities, as per the principle of inclusivity to which lawmakers protested at the meeting of the House of Representatives last Tuesday. Not only this, they also neglected the Ambassador Appointment Directive 2018 while appointing the ambassadors. The recently appointed ambassadors range from party cadres to individuals with background of working in non-governmental organizations. According to Share, Nepali Congress got 9 ambassadors, including for Japan. CPN-UML got 8, including for the United States of America, while only 2 career diplomats from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs were appointed ambassadors. Likewise, the government decided to recall ambassadors representing CPN Maoist Center and CPN Unified Socialist from 5 countries. It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What are the impacts of government's failure to abide by its own criteria during appointment of ambassadors? Your options are A, affects international image, B, weakens bilateral relations, and C, overlooking capable candidates. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. The head of the Central Investigation Bureau, CIB of Nepal Police, which is responsible for investigation on serious crimes, has been drawn into controversy. The police headquarters has begun investigation on Shyamlal Gyawali, who had been appointed to the post during the term of former Home Minister Rabi Lamichhane. A complaint has been registered against Gyawali at the Ministry of Home Affairs for making wrong decisions under political influence. More in this report.
After being appointed the Home Minister for the second time in January earlier this year, security bodies had been emphasized the most by Rabi Lamichhane. He had drawn widespread criticism after transferring former head of the CIB, Additional Inspector General Kiran Bajracharya, who was carrying out investigation on the gold smuggling and cooperatives fraud cases along with his team. He had then appointed AIG Shyamlal Gyawali to the post, who is now being probed following the change in the government. The police headquarters has formed a 5-member team to carry out the investigation. Gyawali had led the second phase of investigation on the 60 kg gold smuggling case. Questions have been raised on Gyawali after former Vice President Nanda Bahadur Pun's son Dipesh was given impunity despite his connection with the alleged Chinese group, and his another son Jitendra was not probed. The Home Ministry has said that Gyawali is being probed for his connection with another accused, Jivan Chalone, who has been absconding. He has also been accused of releasing Krishna Bahadur Mahara, who has been accused of involvement in the gold smuggling scam under the condition of being available when summoned. Questions have also been raised on the investigation on Naxal's Bal Mandir land scam. The police headquarters have begun investigation on all these matters. During the meeting of the State Affairs Committee, Inspector General of Police Basanta Bahadur Kumar informed that internal investigation was being carried out on Gyawali.
यसमा मैले
धेरै भन्न चाहिने मिडियाले लेखेको छ तालुक कार्यालयबाट प्राप्त भएका पत्राचारको आधारमा यसले आन्तरिक प्रशासनिक कोर्स दिएको अवस्थामा छ। यति मात्रै म
Meanwhile, lawmaker Raghuji Panta pointed out the trend of carrying out investigations indiscriminately with the change in governments.
प्रहरी प्रशासनको योभन्दा बाँकी योभन्दा गम्भीर प्रश्न त के होइन होला नि। तपाईहरु एउटा टोली जान्छ भइरहेको योभन्दा अगाडि भएको टोलीलाई आउने टोलीले छानबिन गर्छ। अब यो टोली जानेको अब आउने टोलीले अहिले भइरहेको टोलीलाई छानबिन गर्छ। अब संसदभित्र पनि कस्तो छ भने फलानु डिआइजीलाई किन सभा गर्यो फलानु एआइजीलाई किन सभा गर्यो भन्ने प्रश्नहरू हुन्छ। दलहरू त कुनै अफिसर विशेषको पक्ष र विपक्षमा बाँडिएको जस्तो देखिएको अवस्था छ। यो आफ्नो दुःखद अवस्था हो।
AIG Gyawali has been accused of breaking the security body's chain of command and trying to replace IG Basanta Kumar. According to Home Minister Ramesh Lekhak, investigation on Gyawali was underway and that it was an internal matter of the security body.
प्रहरीको सरुवा हुन्छ, प्रशासनका मान्छेको सरुवा हुन्छ, सरुवालाई सरुवाकै रूपमा हेरिदिँदा उचित हुन्छ भन्ने मात्रै मेरो आग्रह हो। लेखापालहरूको सरुवाको कुरा उठाउनुभयो साथीहरूले मानिसहरूले म के निवेदन गर्छु भने प्रहरी प्रधान कार्यालयले लेखापालको सरुवाका लागि एउटा मापदण्ड बनाएको छ। त्यो मापदण्ड अनुसार सरुवा भएको छ। त्यसमा कुनै अनियमितता कुनै चाहिँ त अवांछित कामहरू भएको छैन। यति कुरा म चाहिँ त साथीहरूलाई आश्वस्त गर्न चाहन्छु। त्यसो भएको हुनाले यी कुराहरूलाई पनि यसै रूपमा लिदिनु होला। र म के आग्रह गर्न चाहन्छु भने अब कतिपय चाहिँ त प्रहरी संगठनभित्र चाहिँ त के कुराहरू बुझ्ने कुराहरू के चाहिँ त कसैले गरेका काम कुराका बारेमा के भएको कसो भएको भनेर हेर्ने कुरा भनेको त्यो आन्तरिक संगठनको आफ्नो आन्तरिक जीवनको विषय हो। त्यसलाई चाहिँ त के भने सामान्य र त्यही रूपमा लिदिनुपर्छ भन्ने म आग्रह गर्न चाहन्छु। र के प्रतिबद्धता व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु भने प्रहरी संगठनको प्रशासनको सरकारका कुनै पनि अङ्ग प्रत्यङ्गको दुरुपयोग गरिने छैन, दुरुपयोग हुन दिइने छैन।
Security personnel at the CIB are experts in investigation. However, political interest of those who lead security bodies could leave important cases stranded. The investigation that is currently being carried out on the head of CIB has been termed the result of decisions made under political influence.
Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli took more than an hour to give directives to ministers, secretaries and members of the Planning Commission last Tuesday. Public service delivery and good governance were given special priority in the 25-point directive of the Premier.
KP Sharma Oli, while directing ministers, secretaries and the members of National Planning Commission, gave reference of a senior citizen's difficulty in receiving the national ID card to highlight on the need to spend hours in queue and often returning empty-handed.
एकजना ज्येष्ठ नागरिक 90 वर्ष जतिको त्यो परिचय पत्र लिन जानुभएछ। उभिन सक्नुहुन्न, लाइनमा उभिएको छ। वास्तवमा जनतासँग नरम व्यवहार गरेर सेवा दिनु पर्यो। सेवा पुर्याउनु पर्यो। सेवा पुर्याउनु पर्यो नि जनतालाई त। सेवा दिने भनेर दुःख दिनु भएन। अब ज्येष्ठ नागरिकहरू अपाङ्गता भएका व्यक्तिहरूलाई लाइनमा राख्नै भएन।
Premier Oli's predecessor Pushpa Kamal Dahal on 26th of December 2022, after assuming office, had expressed commitment of reducing the waiting hours for passports and licenses. Dahal issued many directives to ensure effective service delivery, but to no avail. The general public are still compelled to queue for hours and days even to get public services.
प्रधानमन्त्रीले छिटो काम गरेर भनेर मात्र कहाँ भयो त नीति बनाउनु पर्यो मेन कुरा त हैन र नीति बनाउनु पर्यो पहिला नीति कानुन सबै बनाएपछि बल्ल हुन्छ कर्मचारीलाई टियर्नी बाटो बनाइदिनु पर्यो कर्मचारीले टियर दिनन्
त्यसलाई चाहिँ अगाडि बढाएर लैजानको लागि चाहिँ नीतिगत स्पष्टता नभएको कारणले र त्यसको परिणामले भोलि अर्कै भूमिका खेल्न सक्ने भएको हुनाले चाहिँ आदेश निर्देशन दिने तर कार्यान्वयन नहुने अवस्था सृजना हुन्छ.
Apart from public service, Premier Oli also directed ministers and secretaries to ensure good governance, frugality and to reduce state expenses. He has also given secretaries 100 days to deliver.
एउटा मन्त्रालयले अर्को मन्त्रालयले शिक्षा मन्त्रालयले कुनै काम गर्न खोज्यो भने कानुन मन्त्रालयले चाहिँ रोक्ने कानुन मन्त्रालयले कुनै काम गर्न खोज्यो भने देखि अर्थ मन्त्रालयले रोक्ने
जनताको नेपाल सरकारको स्वास्थ्य संस्थामा विश्वास बढ्दै गएको स्वास्थ्य संस्थामा जनताहरू आउने गरेको तर हामीले जनशक्ति चाहिँ पुरानै राखेको कारणले सबभन्दा दुईटा चिजमा समस्या केमा देखियो भने एउटा जनशक्ति व्यवस्थापनमा स्वास्थ्यमा समस्या छ अझै पनि र अर्को स्वास्थ्य संस्थाहरू एकदम पाएक पर्ने ठाउँमा हुने ती स्वास्थ्य संस्थाहरूलाई हामी होराइजन्टली बढाउन नसक्ने अवस्था
Experts opine it is the lack of coordination among administrative mechanism that has left the situation unchanged. Government's aim of effectively serving the public has been dented every time by political instability, frequent changes in secretaries with each change in government, the reluctance of handing authority to provinces, and also the lack of necessary laws.
In our Public Voice segment, we have asked people in several provinces why have public officials not delivered on the regular directives by prime ministers. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
एउटा लोकप्रियता लिने मात्रै उद्देश्य हुन्छ त्यहाँ भने कर्मचारीले हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ यो कानुनभन्दा बाहिर चाहिँ गएर उनले काम गर्न सक्दैन।
कर्मचारीमा पनि यो पार्टीगत आफ्नो सिद्धान्त हाबी भएको हुनाले त्यसले पनि अलिकति प्रभाव पारेको
कार्यान्वयन नगर्नुको निम्ति चाहिँ राजनीतिक दलहरूकै भातृ संगठन कर्मचारी नेतृत्वमा हाबी छन् त्यो कर्मचारीहरू हाबी छन् त्यो कारणले
कानुनमा स्पष्ट व्यवस्था र कार्यविधि नहुनाको कारणले उनीहरूको डर त्रासका कारणले यो सबै हुन गएको
प्रधानमन्त्रीको कुरा कर्मचारीहरूले यसको लागि मानिरहेको छैन किनभने कर्मचारीहरूलाई पनि त आफ्नो मनजुगुतको स्यालेरी चाहियो
ठुला निकायकै कर्मचारीहरू वा राजनीतिक पार्टीका छाता संगठन जस्तो बसेर चाहिँ काम गरिरहेकोले यस्तो निर्देशनको पालना नगर्नुको पछाडीको मुख्य कारण यही हो।
दण्ड पनि हुनु पर्यो प्रोत्साहन पनि हुनु पर्यो कर्मचारीहरूलाई त्यो हुन सकिरहेको छैन र अहिले चाहिँ निर्देशन मात्रै गरेर चाहिँ हुनेवाला केही पनि छैन।
राज्यको नीतिगत निर्णयहरूलाई कसरी कार्यान्वयन गर्ने भन्ने वैज्ञानिक प्रणालीको विकास नहुनु
Foreign investors have pledged for 341 billion rupees to Nepal in the Nepalese fiscal year 2080-81, which is almost double compared to the previous year. However, despite encouraging commitment and attractive returns, real investments have remained low. More in this report.
Department of Industries allows foreign direct investment for up to 6 billion rupees. Last fiscal year, the department approved FDI worth 70 billion rupees, which is the highest so far. In the fiscal year 2071-72, some 10 years ago, Nepal had received FDI worth 67 billion rupees. Any FDI worth above 6 billion rupees needs to go through the investment board. Last fiscal year, the board approved investments of 271 billion rupees and 167 billion rupees the year before. Altogether, the two entities approved FDI worth 341 billion rupees last fiscal year. The changes made in policies ahead of investment summit, experts say, has encouraged foreign investors.
लगानी प्रतिबद्धता जहिले पनि हामीसँग प्राय गर्ने भनेको हेर्ने हो भने इन्डिया, चाइना, हैन युके, यो अमेरिका लगभग 5-10 वटा जो कन्ट्री अगाडि छन् ती कन्ट्रीहरु मात्रबाट नै विदेशी लगानी बढी आएको। गएको वर्षमा हेर्ने हो भने अब हामीले चाइना, इन्डिया, चाइनाबाट बढी विदेशी प्रतिबद्धता अभ्यास हो किनकि चाइना लगानीकर्तालाई हाइड्रो पावरमा पनि उनीहरुको लगानी भएको हुनाले प्रोजेक्टको हिसाबमा हेर्ने हो भने पनि विदेशी लगानीकर्ताको प्रोजेक्ट हिसाबमा हेर्ने हो भने पनि बढी चाहिँ चाइनाबाट छन्। यसको कमिटमेन्टको फिगरको हिसाबमा हेर्ने हो भने पनि चाइनाबाटै छन्। अझ युकेबाट र कोरियाबाट पनि गएको वर्ष चाहिँ बढी बढेको छ।
Despite the encouraging pledges, real FDI has remained low. In the fiscal year 2079-80, Nepal received FDI of 7,760 million rupees, and until the Nepalese month of Shrestha last year, FDI stood at 7 billion. This is against the higher 19,510 million rupees received in the Nepalese fiscal year 2078-79. According to the Department of Industries, although the investment amount has gone down, the amount of dividend that investors repatriate has not reduced. Companies that were allowed to repatriate 13,680 million rupees in the fiscal year 2078-79 were allowed to take 10,070 million rupees last year. This includes NCL that alone takes 5 to 6 billion rupees in dividends each year. Its dividend of the previous 2 years, however, has been halted due to disputes.
100 रुपैयाँ बराबरको प्रतिबद्धता जनायो भने 10 रुपैयाँ बराबरको मात्रै आउँछ भनेको 10 गुना कम मात्र के हुन्छ त भन्दा प्रतिबद्धता जनाए बराबरको वैदेशिक लगानी हाम्रोमा आउँछ भनेको के छ त भन्दा दुईटा कुरा जनाउँछ यसले। यो देशमा लगानी गर्ने अवसर त छ, सम्भावना त छ, तर यो देशको यो अर्थतन्त्रको कानुन, प्रशासन, डिप्लोमेसी पनि जोडिने होला यसमा र यो विविध नियम कानुनहरुको कारणले के हुन्छ त भन्दा चाहिँ सम्भावना छ तर साँच्चै लगानी गरेर अब अगाडि बढ्ने स्थितिमा चाहिँ कहीँ न कहीँ आर्थिक कूटनीतिमा हामी कमजोर छौं.
Last year, the highest dividend went to India's ITC Limited that has investment in Surya, Nepal. It took 6,350 million rupees. Likewise, Hindustan Unilever that has investment in Unilever took 1,110 million rupees. While foreign investors are repatriating good returns each year, there are speculations about investing in Nepal, resulting in the real investments staying far lower than the pledged amounts.
It's time now for the international update. The United Nations Security Council held an emergency meeting yesterday following Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh's assassination. Security Council member countries called for stepped-up diplomatic efforts to avert a wider Middle East conflict after the killings of two militant leaders raised tensions. Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh was assassinated in the Iranian capital Tehran early yesterday, sparking threats of revenge against Israel and fueling concern the Gaza conflict was turning into a wider Middle East war. The assassination occurred less than 24 hours after Hezbollah's most senior military commander was killed in an Israeli strike on the Lebanese capital Beirut in retaliation for a deadly rocket attack in the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights. China, Russia, Algeria, and others condemned Haniyeh's assassination, which Iran's UN ambassador called an act of terrorism, while the US, UK, and France raised what they said was Iranian support for destabilizing actors in the region. Deputy U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Robert Wood, called for members of the Security Council with influence over Iran to increase pressure on it to stop escalating its proxy conflict against Israel and other actors. Iran's UN Ambassador Amir Shahid Iravani said Tehran has consistently exercised maximum restraint but reserved its right to respond decisively. He called on the Security Council to condemn Israel and punish it with sanctions. Israel's Deputy Representative to the UN, Jonathan Miller, called on the Security Council to condemn Iran for support of regional terrorism and increase sanctions on Tehran.
Sports news.
The Kava Women's Volleyball Nations League is kicking off from today in Kathmandu. Host Nepal are scheduled to play against Sri Lanka in the inaugural match. The match, to be played at the National Sports Council's covered hall in Tripureshwar, will kick off at 3:15 p.m. India and Iran are also to play their first match at 5:45 p.m. today. Speaking at the pre-match conference yesterday, captain of Nepalese team Aruna Shahi said the friendly match 2 weeks ago against the Russian team had raised the team's performance. In 2021, during the Central Zone Championship, Nepal had defeated Sri Lanka in 5 sets. The other team participating in the Kava women's volleyball is the Maldives. The tournament will be broadcast live on Kantipur Max. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.